Everybody, wanted to make a quick video going over what you just saw in the time lapse that I made about cutting the wood. A couple things that I wanted to go over were the tools, why I cut the wood to the length that I cut it, and the dimensions of the wood that I've got and what its purpose is going to be inside the bus. So starting off with the tools, I've got this saw deck that's here. Um, I got that from my neighbor. He was nice enough to give it to me for free when they decided to move, so no expense there. It works perfectly. The next thing that I did, I picked this up from Lowe's for about $4. It's got a really nice groove that's right here that's built into it on design. But what this does, let me grab this piece of wood here. I'll show you guys. Normally, if you're going to mark wood, you take like a pencil, you mark it across, and it may not always be straight. What this does is that groove lines right up on the edge of the wood, and you can see in the video I'm going by with my tape measure and I'm making a line on it. What this allows me to do is come in and I can make a really straight line right across, and this is perfect. This is called a lumber crayon. You can pick these up for like $1. But you see how visible that line is compared to if you had a pencil. So these two tools, excellent for this job. As always, I've got my safety goggles, and you're going to want that if you're cutting wood. Obviously, you don't want to have any of that kind of stuff getting in your face. As Sarah found out when I went to go give her a hug, I had it all in my beard, and she was like, ah. So, as far as the dimensions go, I picked up 1 by 4 by 10s. I figured that was going to be the best. It gives me a wide space to mount down onto, and the fact that they're 10 foot long means I'm only going to need 4 to really go the length of the bus. So 4 on each side. I've got 10 of them set aside that I have not cut. This stuff is a little wet, so I've got it drying right now. You can see I've got that drying as well. I don't want to put wet wood inside the bus, so I'm going to let it dry out a little bit before I do that. The dimensions that I was cutting it to, at least for these cross members, or what I'm going to call cross members, these I cut down to 86 inches. Reason being, we're 90 inches across, 4 inches wide on these. I've got one of these going on either side, so to fill the gap in between, about 86 inches. Now they're not exactly 4 inches. There's a little bit of playroom, but I'm not too worried about that. So the little tiny pieces that I have, let me grab one for you. These right here. These are going to be good when I go to frame the walls. I'll probably end up having to get a couple more to cut up, and they're probably not going to be this length. They're probably going to be a lot smaller, but they're going to work really, really good going either up the wall. I know I'm going to use them on the firewall. I think I said before in a previous video, my floor right up against the firewall, essentially right where I'm going to put my potable water tank. It has a bit of flex. It does not look like it's really connected to the firewall. So to fix that, I'm going to run one of these lengthwise right up against the firewall, and I've got self-tapping screws. I'm going to go straight down into the floor, and then I'm going to run one of these going this way, up on its side against the firewall, and I'm going to get some 90 degree angle brackets, and I'm going to screw those in so I get a little bit more reinforcement. I don't think it's going to flex too much without it, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. Plus, I've got 100 gallons of potable going there, and it comes out to some 800 pounds of water that's going to be sitting in front of that firewall, and I'd rather, not have to worry about, is my bottom going to drop out. So I'd rather be over-engineered than under-engineered. So, the previous video, when we went to the junkyard, I know I told you guys I was going to pull some emergency windows from another bus. I've got them. I picked up 4 of them. That's all he had on that bus. I'm waiting to see if I can get some more. But essentially what we want to do with that is in the master bedroom, we're going to have 2 emergency exit windows. We're going to remove them from the kids' bunk beds because I just don't feel comfortable about having a window that swings open in the kids' bunk beds. And then kitchen area is going to have a couple of them to just give us a little bit more, wind flowing through. And then I think the living area is going to have a couple of them too. In total right now, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think 10 in total right now. I'm going to be replacing the ones that are on the roof with marine hatches because I just like the feel of having a skylight. And then I'm going to end up putting a couple fans in there. Those will all be on different videos. But back to the subfloor, I got a little bit off track there. You can see here in my window, I've got my foam insulation. That's going to go in between these cross members. It's the same depth, it's 1 inch. So there should be almost no flex on my plywood, which is nice because it's going to allow me to go with a little bit thinner plywood and not have to worry about walking around on the floor and the floor kind of creeping down or seeping down underneath me. I'm definitely not doing OSB because that stuff will fall apart over time. I'm going to go with, they got a really nice sanded plywood, but it's priced so darn high right now. I mean, all I need is essentially 40 feet, and it came out to, I think, 10 of them, but the price of it was like $560. So I'm gonna wait for that price to come down a little bit because I gotta wait for these to dry out before I put them in. And I got a little bit of holes I gotta patch up still. We got the holes that are in the floor from where the seats were mounted, so I'm gonna patch those up. I've got 4 holes in the floor from where the heating lines came up. I gotta patch up, and I'm gonna do a whole video on that. What I went and did is I went out and I got me a drill bit that'll drill through it, and I have some butyl tape, and I have a rivet gun, one of the big rivet guns. They're the little tiny ones. I got one of the ones that's like you need 2 hands to push this sucker down, and that I'm going to use with some of the metal that we pulled off, and we're going to patch those holes up. And I shouldn't have any issues with water getting in. I shouldn't have any issues with air seeping through, anything like that, because that butyl tape should seal it up really nice, and then drilling those holes through it should definitely fix any issue that we were going to have. And then from there, Sarah's dad's coming up. He's going to give us a hand painting. I'm going to go get me a spray gun. That'll be an entirely different video. But that's pretty much where we're at right now. Like I said, I got to clean up the inside. We still have a little bit of kill mat to put down over the firewall and over the back of the floor. We really haven't done much in the bus in the past couple of days, so we're starting to step it back up. So expect to see a lot more videos coming out. And 45 subscribers. I know you guys probably saw the video of me falling on my ass. I was really excited about that. So thank you for following us and being along for the adventure. So, but as always, stay safe, and I'll see you guys for the next video.